Oh look, there it is! You can see it coming!
1 year ago, we set out to get the best view possible from the ground of one of nature's most rare events.
Whoa! Look at that!
It is time to go watch the solar eclipse.
So I have 3 flashlights for each of us.
Oh, I didn't even think about flashlights.
I've got you covered.
All right, Danae, you sure you want to get mixed up in this crazy adventure?
I think it's a little late for that question.
I had been looking forward to this eclipse for years now, but little did I know that it was going to be one of the most grueling adventures I had ever been on. Our backup target was Casper Mountain. We wanted to make sure that we at least had a good view of the valley below. But what we really wanted to do was hike up Sheep Mountain, which was right across from Grand Teton National Park. This mountain would give us an excellent view of the shadow coming towards us.
Basically, in the next 4 or 5 hours, we really need to make our decision, and that's kind of nerve-wracking right now. So we're gonna make a decision near the edge of Wyoming.
Turn on lights during the eclipse.
It's a fantastic sign.
Can you imagine just someone on a road trip completely unaware of the eclipse?
Oh yeah, just driving along and then all of a sudden it gets pitch black.
Oh, gee.
What happened?
All right, it is 10 p.m. The forecast is calling for partly cloudy skies all the way up until 12 p.m.
So right after
totality.
Thanks, clouds.
So with the forecast being so close, we decided to take the chance and head towards the mountain anyway.
Well, hello there. I get a kick out of the fact that the guy behind me honked.
No overnight eclipse parking. Violators will be towed. Dang it, we're gonna have to find another spot.
5 a.m. and just loads of traffic out here. Just disturbed about whether this is actually, whether we're gonna have a parking spot or anything. And
We pulled into a campsite that we knew would be full.
Oh yeah?
People have set up tents here, but they actually had a mowed down area for some overflow parking that we set up camping.
All right, so we should be able to get like what, 4 hours of sleep?
hey, we made the trip in 11 and a half hours.
How's it going, Danae?
It was 6 a.m. by the time we got to sleep. Good morning, everyone. It is like, what, 9, 10 a.m., something like that? Oh my goodness.
I'm kidding. I'm exaggerating a little bit. But.
To cover the eclipse from beginning to end, I pulled out my old 20D.
The filter thing broke off, so I Gorilla Glued on a filter adapter I got on Amazon. And on here, I've got duct tape holding down the battery cover because otherwise it won't turn on. And in here, so it's a compact flash reader, so I got this cheap Chinese adapter and this micro SD adapter.
So you're 3 adapters in.
Yeah, it works great.
As for my primary setup, however, I rented a beast of a lens.
Here it is, the 400mm Canon L lens. Here is these janky solar glasses that I made because I didn't buy them in time before the prices skyrocketed. But I had leftover solar film, and here we go. Here's the solar filters.
These were handmade by cutting circles out of larger solar filter squares and glued into lens adapter rings.
There you go, there's your little filter for your little kit lens.
Still can't see anything.
Look at the sun.
That is trippy. Tiny, like it just looks like a ball of orange.
It is just a ball of orange up there in the sky.
Wow.
You look so funny with those things.
You look so funny.
You look like you're bug-eyed or something. Man, I cannot see the moon at all up there. It should be right up there somewhere, but it's just completely blocked out.
So basically, bag, not a ton of water, but screw this on.
And it drips nice and slowly down.
You know how they say you're supposed to pack light?
Oh, well, oh goodness. Oh, jeez. This is... Oh my goodness.
You got it on, ish.
I knew I had packed a lot, but I was starting to think I had overdone it.
Oh my goodness. This feels pretty top heavy. Okay, where's those waistbands?
You're gonna want those with how much you're carrying.
Tripod, Gorilla Pod over here. Tripod, Gorilla Pod over here too. The drone, extra drone battery. The
lens.
telephoto lens, the 20D. And there's a sleeping bag, a tent, foam pad, clothes, and food, and then some other cameras as well, some smaller ones.
Will we make it?
I'm thinking about leaving the drone behind.
Oh, okay.
Because you'll already have yours.
True.
Because that'd be a lot of weight, because I need the controller, the battery. It was a very difficult decision to make, but since Dan and I wanted our own unique shots, I decided to lug the whole thing up. All right, so we're setting out. I shifted the weight around, was able to transfer more of the weight to my waist. So it'll be tough. I'll be taking a lot of breaks. I'm pretty sure this is at least 50 pounds on my back.
I would almost guarantee it.
We started out with a pretty good pace, but this was because there were property lines that caused the trail to wind around them before there was any real elevation gain. About a mile into the hike, we caught view of the summit. Fortunately, we didn't need to go up to the top. We also got a taste of what our view was going to look like.
Oh, just wait. The view will get so much better.
But it would be a long time before we would see it again.
You got some nice waterproof hiking boots there, Dan?
Yeah. Super waterproof. Bumper.
Oh, I feel like an old man at this pace.
Can we turn on the drone to make him take some of the weight?
Oh my goodness, yes, please. When we finally hit the halfway point, we caught sight of the mountain range that we were hiking towards.
And if we were hiking all the way to the top, I was done. They could go without me, I was gonna camp at the bottom.
I had no idea at the time if it actually was the one we were going towards or not. It was at this point that the trail got steep, and it wasn't about to let up anytime soon. Even though I've hiked 14ers at twice this elevation, I was barely a match for the 50-pound pack on my back. We were absolutely miserable. We took long breaks, around every 20 minutes, and when we rested just before the final stretch here, Danae did not want to move.
All I wanted to do was sit down, or lay down and die there.
But somehow we mustered up what little strength we had left and pushed through the final stretch. With our feet on the verge of blisters, our legs about to collapse, and our shoulders about to be ripped off, we caught sight of the refreshing blue that we had been holding out hope all day to see.
Thank goodness.
But the day's hike wasn't over yet.
So where are we supposed to camp exactly?
I wanted to get down to the lake like we planned and camp there.
But then we got to this little drop off, and my legs are shaking, and I don't think this pack is gonna bode well for us making it down this path.
So reluctantly, I seeded the plan that we had, and we stopped only a quarter of the way down.
All right, so the lake is just over the hill, but we decided to hunker down here in this little coulee and call it a day.
The wind doesn't catch us much.
Yeah. How many hours have we been on the trail for?
We got on the trail at 11:30. That's about as much math as I can do.
All right. Oh man, I am so ready to crash. Sounds like Dan and Danae are super exhausted, which I'm super exhausted, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and continue up onto the ridge where I can see the Teton Valley early tomorrow morning.
So Dan and Danae were seriously considering staying behind. The stars that night were some of the clearest I had ever seen, but we weren't able to enjoy them very long before we passed out.
Wow, that time lapse turned out pretty well. Good morning, everyone. So, it's 7 a.m. We've got about 3 hours until the eclipse starts, and I'm heading down to the lake to get some water with Dan's little filter.
After I got the water, though, I wasn't able to find the trail to continue upward. That is until a passerby steered me in the right direction.
It's a good thing we didn't camp any lower.
Yeah.
Apparently, someone told me the trail is way up at the top.
Oh,
Apparently, it's hard to find.
that makes sense.
I'm so glad we didn't go all the way down there.
There we go.
Looking up, we could tell that the forecast was pretty accurate.
Go away, clouds. Hopefully they will clear up. They were supposed to clear up around noon. Let's see if this gamble that came at great cost will pay off.
These wispy clouds make for some nice still pictures though.
I also went number 2 for the first time in the woods. That was very interesting. It felt so wrong to do it. Onward, on my own. They might join me, they might not. We'll see. See how far it is. See if we can find that hidden trail.
I only had 2 hours before the eclipse started, but I only had a mile left to go. Even though I was still fully loaded on camera gear, the going was much easier this time without carrying the camping equipment.
Not quite the view I'm looking for yet though. Starting to feel the altitude a little bit dizzy.
And once I got through this last grove of trees, the Tetons were revealed in their full glory.
Wow, that is amazing. Oh, that's the view I came for.
Other people continued on up to get a 360-degree view, but that wasn't gonna make our view of the Tetons any better. Plus, there'd be a lot of wind, too.
All right, this is my stopping grounds. I'm thinking I'm about maybe a half to 2/3 of the way that I originally planned. If I had a lot of energy, I was planning on going way up there to one of the falls summits and do it from there, but this is the best part. There's like no wind right here, so we won't have to worry about wind shaking our lenses.
Our gamble on the clouds also paid off. They completely cleared up an hour before the eclipse started.
Hello!
Water.
Water, yes! Look at that!
Yeah. Is this as far as we're going?
Yep.
Oh, good. That is why I wanted to come this far.
So Dan,
Yes.
Danae, we made it! We made it!
Did make it. We're at least far enough.
I'm trying out the telephoto lens. Let's start rolling. There we go. Oh man, just any tap causes it to shake. This is like the ultimate spyglass. Okay, now time to enjoy the fruits of my labors. I would have been ashamed to have forgotten the iPhone cord. All right. Oh, that is a beautiful view. Oh, there's the lake. Oh my goodness, this is gonna look so cool.
I used this flight to plot waypoints. That way the drone can fly itself during totality without me ever having to look at the screen.
This is so beautiful. Sweet. It was able to fight the wind just fine.
Once I got the drone settled, I then opened an app on my phone that would give me audible cues for each event of the eclipse.
2 minutes and 20 seconds to get the images I need of the corona.
First contact, 2 minutes. That was 1 minute ago, though.
So first contact, a minute.
Wow. There we go. The eclipse is starting.
Okay, and I believe I have my mission set.
Oh my goodness, it's starting. Where's my glasses? Here's my glasses.
Mission says 7-minute time.
I see nothing. I do. Oh, wait, up there. Oh, this. Wait, I think I see something in the top right corner. Okay, let me get some high-res photos for reference. Come on, it wasn't that. Oh, there you are. Oh, that is so cool. Look at it take a bite out of the sun. Whoa. There we go. Guys, solar eclipse.
Yeah?
Yeah? Sorry.
Weird, it's gotten probably 40% darker.
Yeah, it's so weird. Look up at my shadow. See, look how much sharper it is right here versus how defined it is there.
The sun was about half covered at this point, and looking at one of the high-resolution pictures I got, I could see that it was well worth it to rent this lens. You can even see some of the hills and valleys on the moon.
You see it?
I do.
What am I supposed to be seeing?
See how it looks like a crescent?
Yes.
That's because of the sun being a crescent right now versus the normal light source.
Mm-hmm.
The shadows start to turn into crescents. Pinhole spots turn into reflections of the sun.
Where, yeah. Okay, let me look at the shadow. match up the shadow of the lens over the mount. There we go. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is the coolest thing. Wow. This is gonna be such a fast 2 minutes. 15 minutes until totality. You see, are you making a pinhole with your hand?
Yeah, see it?
Oh, yep, there it is. The smaller I make it, the sharper it'll be, but the harder it'll be to see. Okay, let's send up the drone. Rolling. Three minutes.
I know. Drone's going up here.
Uploading waypoints. Is it going? No, it's just hovering. Come on. Okay, good. It's going. Sweet. Okay, we'll probably start seeing a shadow on the Tetons. Oh, look, there it is on the horizon. You can see it coming.
Sugar. No.
All right.
Come back around.
Whoa. All right, we're about to get Bailey's beads. My drone has barely moved at all. Whatever. Whoa, look at the different layers in the smoke.
Just as totality was about to begin, Dan started having trouble with his drone.
Of course. My drone's not gonna work. Battery signal error.
Shoot, I've had that problem before. Usually I have to put the battery in and out again. Whoa, look at it.
That is really cool looking.
Whoa, look at that shadow. These are dark.
It does seem unnatural.
Like the
Wow, that is so cool.
It was at this point when it started getting really dark.
Wow.
There it is.
Dang. That's so
That's
cool. Do
cool.
you see shadow bands at all?
There.
You gotta look up. Yeah, well, I mean, there's another one. Oh, filter off, take the filter off.
And the wait was finally over.
Oh my goodness, look at the corona! Whoa! Look at that! That is amazing! Okay, got it, click. Hey, there's a plane up there! Hey, get that plane eclipsing it! It's gonna go like right next to it. Okay, all right, there's a plane going right, like, oh man, it went way too fast. Okay, whatever. Look at the horizon, guys. Look at that! It looks like a sunrise! All right, oh my goodness, that looks so cool! It is so cold out! My goodness. Woo! Look at that corona! Oh man, I'm not even sensitive to rain. Okay. Oh, there's a star next to it! There we go, I see detail on the moon.
You can actually see detail here because the bright side of the Earth is directly facing the moon and illuminating it just enough to see it.
Wow! That just looks so weird seeing the corona with my naked eye.
Oh, shadow's coming back.
Got it? Oh yeah, look! And look, there's like these planes that are like flying in the path of totality. There's a star. Oh, diamond ring, get the diamond ring.
I'm not going for that.
Okay, all right. Taking the camera off. Running to our quick spot for shadow bands. And it's attached. Okay, let's go. Going. All right, we have shadow bands. I might be too late. Oh, I just barely see them.
The shadow bands weren't the only thing I failed to capture. This action camera over the lake stopped recording. The GoPro wasn't wide enough to see the eclipse. I had meant to use this camera angle to get video of totality. The drone went way slower than I had wanted, even for time-lapse. And Dan's even failed to take off at the right time. And the most disappointing of all, every one of my Corona pictures were obviously out of focus. I must have bumped it just before totality. However, the view did not fail us. We got some of the best time lapses of the shadow approaching us that you can get from the ground. But the best time lapse by far was the camera that I was on the verge of leaving behind. Despite having seen countless photos of solar eclipses online, nothing has awestruck me as much as seeing the sun's corona with my own eyes. Not even the recent tornadoes I've seen storm chasing have compared to witnessing what I believe to be nature's finest display. We went ahead then and brought our drones down. Though some of us had better luck than others.
What was that, Dan?
I auto restarted it.
That shadow is amazing.
You're sitting in the middle of daytime. And all
See, look at that plane up there. They must have been flying. There were like several planes that flew right in totality. I knew they would, and I wondered if we'd see them. Well, Danae, what do you think?
I think that was a really long hike for 2.5 minutes.
In case you were wondering, this is why it's so important to have a solar filter. Yep. That could be a camera's image sensor right there.
So we began packing up every last one of our cameras. My grand total was 9, including my phone, and with Dan that brought up the grand total to 15. Overall, the day was definitely a success.
So, we got everything brought back up to the highest point. That was tough, and my feet were killing me, and my feet were all good yesterday, but coming back down the ridge up there, I have a blister on my pinky.
We suited back up and began heading down the mountain.
there we go.
These things feel ridiculous, but we'll see if they help on the steeper paths.
You know they are ridiculous.
Ah, such a pretty meadow.
If only we weren't hiking 7 miles.
We were able to head back down the mountain at nearly twice the speed that it took for us to go up, though at the expense of the blisters getting worse on our feet.
Sorry.
Oh, damn, there's the car. There's the car.
Goodness.
So 4.5 hours.
Walking time.
Oh, walking time.
Though the pain didn't go away even after getting off our feet.
Oh my goodness.
So good. So good.
Those tripods worked as very nice. Oh.
Take it off, take it all off.
Watch your drone.
You might want to help him if you can.
I'm stuck.
Okay. If you're stuck.
I'm pretty stuck.
I'm so glad I brought these sweatpants.
Next time, Billy.
Glory be food.
No 14-mile round trip hikes.
Until next time, April 2024, we'll be ready. And my corona shots will be in focus.
No more hikes.
No more. Oh my goodness.
Until we've practiced.
Not like this.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was definitely the most extensive editing project I've ever uploaded. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And you can even check out some of the lunar eclipse videos that I've uploaded. Thanks for watching, guys.